on this pond, cleaning out. I'm dealing with a mess on this deal. Absolute mess. I don't know how the audio is going to be in here. I got the windows down on this dozer. But my grandpa dug this thing out years ago, about 20 years back, and it is deep, full of silt. I'm trying to push all this silt around this edge of this spillway. I don't even really think that I think the spillway's behind us on this thing. I haven't really checked, but we're gonna see what we can get done here. This is my dad's machine. I bought one December. Still waiting for it to get delivered. I'm not going to say a whole lot about it yet, other than when I do get it, it'll be a one-of-a-kind dozer. There won't be any of them like it around here, that's for sure. I bought this excavator that Brandon's in. I bought it in January. I was hoping to have my dozer in by now. Hard to get parts right now, I know that. COVID and everything else. I'm having to move most of this spoils and all this silt twice. I had to push it up here and then take it out around this dam. It's too soupy and too wet to push up over the dam. You get some of this on your tracks and then you just slide back down. You'll slide right back down the pond dam. You slide right back down the pond dam. It ain't fun. So I'm gonna try to reposition that camera a little here in a minute. To get a better camera mount. That magnet deal is probably shaking the camera too much. It's my first video, so alright guys, I'm back here. Just gonna redo this. Alright, now I got this camera situated a little better where it ain't rocking around so much. Trying to push some more of this silt up on the bank. It's a lot easier said than done. This stuff is nasty. Just gotta get a little at a time. I'm not enjoying any of this, that's for sure. You get a little of this on your tracks and you can slide off down in that thing pretty quick. I've done it before. You slide all the way back down the slope. Brandon's got to be real careful about that too. With what he's had to push over there. Overall, it's going okay though. I cannot believe how deep Grandpa had dug this before and how much, I mean, I never thought it would ever, as deep as it was, you'd think it'd never silt back up, but it did, and it is nasty. I was talking to my dad about cleaning this out, and I kind of looked at it and I thought we could get the whole thing scooped out, but I didn't know what Grandpa had done before. There ain't no way I'm getting all this stuff out. No way. We'll get a bunch of it though. Hard not to spill some of this stuff back behind your blade. You can't ever be just perfect. Once you start spilling a bunch, then it becomes hard to get any traction. Yeah, I'm slipping and sliding right now. I'm gonna try to push some of this a little farther. Get some more cameras and get some more views that I can swap through it. Get views back behind me, and I'll get my drone out and do some more footage that way too. I'm new to all this, so I've been wanting to start a channel for a long time, but I never have, I guess just never had the guts to do it. And the older I get, the more I don't really care what other people think about me, so they can laugh or they can look at it and watch it. I don't really care. There's so many channels out there, which I'll touch base on this later, but there's so many channels out there that does dozer work or farming or ranching, and there's really not very many with dozers really, but Dirt Perfect, I like to watch Dirt Perfect, and Let's Dig 18. He's got a good channel, but there's none of them that do it all, and I'm going to do a little bit of it all. I'm going to show you on the farming side, the ranching, dirt work, dozer work. Just see how it goes. I don't know if I'll be able to put a whole lot of videos out all the time, but I'll do the best I can. I'm going to continue pushing on this, and I'm going to save some of this battery. We'll make some headway here, and I'll come back in a minute. Alright, here's what we got going on. It's windy or hell now, and I think we got a fire over here. There's a helicopter. Smoke on there, but we've been battling wildfires. A lot of guys lost a lot of cattle here a while back. We got really lucky that we didn't lose any. Anyway, I'm taking the spools out over there, and I put some over here Got an orange shield on there I gotta change or paint. Nasty. Nasty stuff. Look how nasty that dozer is. It'll hold a lot more water when we're done. I wish we could get out there and get that island, but I don't think there's no way we're going to be able to. I'm having trouble with this silt all over my track sliding back down these slopes. It's not even that much of a slope, but it's sliding around. Alright, I made it back over to the dozer finally. Brandon's made some pretty good headway with this thing. We got a lot to go, but I don't think we're going to be able to get out in the middle of that thing and get the center of it, but that's some deep, deep silt. I'll mention it before my last video, but I guess this will be all in the same video, but I don't know how my audio is going to be. I'm using this other microphone today. I'm going to compare them, so we'll see how it goes. I'm just going to put this here. That magnet's strong. What I might do when we get started, I might put this camera up on top and do a little time-lapse video or something for you. My battery's not lasting very long on this GoPro. I'm gonna have to buy some more. This is the first real video I've been trying to make, so you'll have to bear with me. I know I did a video on this the other day and the audio was terrible, so it's a little windy today. I'll try this again with these other mics. This is the pond that we were originally on in our first video. This is my grandpa's old place. Grandma owns it and has cows on it. Anyway, I didn't smooth up the best. I didn't spend a whole lot of time. We went on to another one of hers that we did. Did this all for my dad and my grandma. But when it's full, it'll hold water clear up to the spills, which, you know, it's all this will be underwater when it's completely full, but it ain't very, obviously it ain't deep right here. We could spend a lot of time and dig all this out and make this a lot bigger, but I haven't done it. But anyway, I put a lot of this, most of the spools up there. It was a mess to push all that silt up there. It was, you can see in the time lapse, you know, and all the way it was, but could have made it easier if I would have used the ripper a little and kind of just made a gradual slope instead of up over the little grooves there. But we got what we could. We could get the island out of the middle if we would have built a ramp, you know, down in here and spent a lot of time. Like I say, that's just spending a lot more time though. This is kind of one of them free jobs for family, so I didn't spend a super amount of time on it. You know, I got fuel and expenses of my own and all this, and I'm not getting paid back for it, so I wasn't gonna spend a crazy amount on it. Anyway, this is the finished product. When it fills up, you know, it'll be deep. It'll be really deep out there. So it was completely full of silt, and it was a nasty silt. It was just soup. When you dump it out of that bucket and it splattered all over your glass or your dozer, your traco. I got the hiccups. But put some spools over there. There's a little telephone pole. I should have moved it a little farther. But we can't really shape up and make this look pretty or anything. And for several years, you know, it's gonna take time to dry. So it looks dry, it's not. As soon as you uncover that top layer, it's gonna be muddy as can be. So it's just part of it. I wish I had one of them dump trucks, those off-road dump trucks. I don't know what people really call them, a payloader. I don't know. I don't even know if they call them that. I'm not sure what the term is for those, but I've been looking at some, but I just can't justify buying one yet. I sure need one though. I've even thought about getting just a single axle one instead of a tandem, and I don't know how that'd work around here, but it'd be nice just to be able to load this silt onto the truck and go off up the hill somewhere and dump it, and then that way it don't look so messy, you know. It just does a good job. Take the mess somewhere else, let it dry out. But this is how we're doing it right now. We kind of sloped them the best we could for the cows to get down in there once it does rain, if it ever does rain again. Sure, one day it will. But we could spend another 15-20 hours or 10 to 15 hours probably and get everything completely cleaned out and get this back some where a whole lot more water. But you take $150 an hour or whatever you're charging, you know, that adds up, especially when you're just kind of piddling for family. So I just got the traco. Me and my hard hand Brandon, we're just trying to get a feel for how we're gonna work together before we go to hiring out. I'm just getting back into this. Just getting back into it for the first time in 3 or 4 years. I've just been farming and ranching until I sold my dozer, ran it for 10 years, and it had over 10,000 hours on it when I got rid of it. So I don't know, I just didn't ever buy another one, and now I'm getting back into it. So before we go to hiring out, I just figured we'd get a feel for it on our own family farm a little and just see how it goes. It's working out pretty good, but I'm pretty excited to get back into it all. I don't know what I'm going to charge yet. I don't even know what people are charging. It's crazy. It's different everywhere. You go across state lines, it's way different. If you go across county lines, it's way different. I was charging $100 an hour with my dozer before, and now there's no way I can do that under Biden. These prices are just stupid. So, everything, inflation. What it cost me to get back in the business, is way more than I was wanting to spend. But I bought an excavator this time too, so I've always wanted one, and there's droughts, bad as it is. I wanted to figure there wasn't no better time than the present, so went ahead and got an excavator. I'm glad I did now, but gotta start really working hard to pay for it all. But it might give you a little better perspective of how deep this is, because it'll hold water clear up to here, to this point. So I don't know, I haven't shot it with the level, but that's deep. I really wish I could get that island out of it, but that is a deep hole. Might put some fish in it, maybe, I don't know. I doubt it. I can't believe the way this thing's silted up. It being a grass pasture. I don't know if this used to be cultivated back before we got it or something. I think we bought this in the 90s. Grandpa did. Or it might have been my great-grandpa that actually bought it, great-grandma. But I'm not real sure. But I can't believe it's silted up the way it has. It's pretty much just mesquite trees and grass. Mesquite trees on our pastures are really bad. I try to keep my stuff a little cleaner, but it's expensive to keep it clean. It's tough to do every acre. But I wanted to show you all that, and I'll go show you this other pond while I'm on my way back to finish feeding. I did this the other day and I went through and did all this, and the audio didn't work. So trying it again. We're gonna go show you. We moved from this one and went and cleaned out another one. We cleaned most of it out, so I'll go show you that real fast. All right, here we are to this other pond that we cleaned out. Having to do this video again because of the audio before, as I mentioned before, but I'm hoping I got this audio working now. It seems to be. Damn amateur YouTubers, right? Anyway, we moved the dozer and the track back over to the barn. I put fuel filters in that 750C because it was acting up on me on the end of this. We're gonna fully service the track tomorrow. But we got most all this one cleaned out. Pushed all the spools up on this side, which there wasn't any spools before because the dam, you know, getting that wet stuff up that slope and over there, it just can't. It's very hard. You got to have a kind of a slow, gradual slope to push this stuff. You're going to be spilling it around the bottom and around the edges of your blade. And once it gets on your tracks, like I said before, you get that stuff on your tracks, you'll slide all the way back down in that thing. I've had it before on a real steep one like this, trying to go up and over and get all the way clear to the top. And I've slid all the way back down sideways to the bottom of that pond. It's not fun doing that, but we got down, there's bottom right down there. There's still a lot we can get right in here. We're probably gonna come back and do a little bit more. We ran out of time that day and we needed to do some servicing on the equipment. We figured that was good. So I don't think we're gonna get no flood, so unfortunately. But my grandpa, he used to tell me stories on this pond. We bought this farm in the 90s, I believe. And he told me when he was growing up, I guess it was their neighbor or friends that had it before. And they used to come swimming this all the time. This was their swimming hole. So kind of cool. I wanted to come clean this one out. Kind of give you perspective of how deep it is. If I get down in here, there's my pickup. It'll spill over there at the pickup, so there's obviously still a lot to get out right in here. I mean, it won't take long, but we can get more out. I can get most of this with the dozer, I think, now that it's kind of down to drier. material. Same way on this one as the last one. It'll take some time before we can come shape these pond dams up. Kind of looks crappy. That's just part of pond cleanouts. I mean, you're gonna have that around here the way it is. It ain't gonna look pretty for a while, but much better shape now than it was. It was silted plumb up, all that up to that where the slope starts down. It was silted plumb full. Got it all cleaned out. It's gonna hold a lot more water. Well, that's a little bit of history on this one. I'm kind of proud of it. Proud to get it out, cleaned out. Make Grandpa proud, hopefully. But they used to swim in this all the time.